Soon, the Winnetonka Process Room will begin supporting students. This video provides a basic introduction to the process room. Based on our building-wide commitment to using restorative practices, the process room will be a foundational element of that work. In addition, the process room aligns with trauma-sensitive schools. Pause the video to read this description of restorative practices from the Community Council in the St. Louis area. This video will explain when, why, and how you should use it to help students. It will show you the location of the process room, and it will overview the process room procedures that sending teachers, students, and process room teachers will follow. When should you use the process room? After using best practices to manage your classroom. These steps could include, but are not limited to, physical changes like seating and proximity, setting a positive tone, and providing academic support. The process room is a Tier 2 intervention that should be used when Tier 1 interventions have not yielded the desired results. In short, you should consider the process room when students appear unable to be productive or inhibit your ability to teach. Students may use the process room for behavioral or emotional reasons. Some examples of student behaviors that could warrant sending them to the process room include persistent off-task behaviors, conversations that are not related to the content, inappropriate use of electronics, and other non-compliance with classroom norms. There may be instances where students' emotional needs warrant use of the process room, such as when a student is disconnected from the learning environment or appears upset and needs a break to move forward. There remain some situations where students need to be directed to the main office or to counseling, skipping the process room. Threats and chronic disruptive behaviors should be handled with an office referral. Similarly, when a student appears unable to self-calm, you can send the student directly to counseling. The examples provided here are intended as guidelines, yet other situations will certainly arise. You'll need to exercise professional discretion about when to use the process room. After you've decided to send a student to the process room teachers will use the FAIR process, a central tenet of restorative practices, to help the student describe their experience and see their choices within the context of the classroom community. Pause the video to review the bullets shown. Where is the process room? The process room will change locations for each block. However, the locations will be the same on A days and B days. For blocks 1, 2, and 4, the process room will be on the upper level. For block 3, the process room will be on the lower level in room D5. House teachers for hours 2 and 5 will need to pay close attention to where to send students, since the process room location will change during 2nd and 5th hour. So, what do you need to do to send a student? After exhausting Tier 1 interventions, fill out the process room pass that you'll see on the next graphic. Be sure to tell the student the room number for the process room. When students have completed a reflection in the process room, they'll be permitted to return to your classroom, presumably ready to be productive. This is an example of the process room pass. You will fill out the area inside the red box. Notice that the reasons are general, affecting the learning of self or others. You may choose to provide a few words on the line marked Other if you feel the process room teachers need specific information about the reason you're sending the student. Be mindful, however, that the student will read this message, so make your comments general. You are encouraged to complete an educator handbook entry as a minor, not a major referral, to document the specifics about the situation. When students arrive with the process room pass, they will complete a reflection that you will see on the next graphic. After processing, they will be permitted to return to the classroom when they're ready to be productive. Note that the students will not be permitted to use electronics while they are in the process room. The reflection shown here supports the FAIR process. Students have a chance to write about the situation so that they can feel heard. The process room is a chance for staff to collaboratively support students by employing several of the tenets of restorative practices. Students are expected to reflect on their behavior and to consider how it affects others. Pause the video to examine the details on the reflection. Process room teachers will facilitate the students' efforts to complete the reflection. If you are slated to be one of the process room teachers, you can expect to receive additional training about your role. Process room teachers will complete the process room log. An entry will be made for each student's visit. Note that the sending teacher's name, as well as the process room teacher's name, will be entered. The reason that will be listed on the process room log will be based on the student's perspective. Recall that you can create a minor entry in Educator's Handbook to provide background on your reason for sending the student to the process room. Once a student is deemed ready to return to the classroom, the process room teacher will work with the student to briefly outline what the student has agreed to do. That information will be recorded in the area marked Rejoining the Learning Environment. Thank you for your attention as you completed this introduction. You'll receive a classroom packet soon that includes your passes and a written set of the procedures for using the process room. Thank you.